Hi, my name's Vinny Mucky. I'm from Shillington, PA. And I play drums in Roland, and I also like to record, write, and perform other music as well.
Hi, my name is Ryan Bettini. I'm from Galloway, which is like South Jersey, near Atlantic City, if you want to find my house. I play guitar in Roland.
Roland is a rock and roll band, and it takes different styles of subgenres of rock and roll and kind of mashes them together.
And a heaping sandwich.
Roland is made up of five guys. I play drums. Ryan is
I play guitar.
the guitar player, and it's also made up. We also have a bass player, we have a keyboard player, and we have a singer, and that's why it is named Roland, because that's his name. We have a really cool sound that a lot of people seem to enjoy and get behind. When we come together and we practice and we jam out, even like when it comes to original music and cover music, we all agree that it sounds pretty good.
It's fun.
It's fun, yeah.
It's fun.
I got into Roland basically over a website. It's basically like Facebook, but for musicians. He sent me a message. He's looking to put a band together, and at the time I really wasn't in anything like substantial, so I was like, okay, I'll try it out. He lives over in like Camden, New Jersey, so it's a bit of a hike for me, but I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot.
I heard about it because we have a bunch of mutual friends somehow. I don't quite remember. But then, yeah, I got in touch with Roland, and he kind of laid down what I thought was the game plan, and I was like, okay, I'll come back. And then, kind of going from school to like back home over breaks and like all summer and whatnot. So then I started playing guitar for them probably last spring, so about a year ago. Not quite, but almost.
A band that has pretty much inspired me the past, I would say, year is probably the band called Tool. They make like progressive rock and roll music, and I actually got to see them in November, and that kind of seeing them live for the first time, like, it blew me away, and it made me want to go home and like practice this even more. Basically it reignited a flame to go and write more music. Really cool memory from playing at one of the places with Roland was at this place called the Chameleon Club in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is about 30 minutes, like kind of 30 minutes from here. I think the memory that we kind of captured from that was the fact that we got to play on this really big stage with this other band that has been around for, decades, and they have sold a lot of music in the the music industry, and actually getting to speak to them and see what they're inspired by was a very, very cool experience.
If I had to pick my favorite memory from any shows, let me think. The first show we played while I was in Roland, it was a charity show for these children. You can find me at Vinny Mucky's house in this stool at this undisclosed location.
Oh my God.
And on Instagram, Ryan Bettini, Vinny.
You can find me on Instagram at Vinny Mucky Music. And then if you want to check out Roland, we actually have a website. It's just roland.band. And if you put that in on your URL, and it's boop, and the website comes up, and that'll actually lead to where you can find us on Facebook. You can find our music, you can find where we've played, pictures, videos, anything you could possibly think of, we have on there.
But wait, there's more. There's not more. We have merch and t-shirts.
Yeah, I don't know how this will affect the house. The way Jared's been acting really needs to be addressed.
This is going to create a lot of tension with Jared. You know how he overreacts. Oh, sorry. Oh, man. This happens every time.
So there I was, and my egg dropped. It's just so unbelievable. Now I can't even say Jared without... Oh, me, dude. In the middle of an interview, too. Can one of you guys, like, please help me out here? Thanks, man.
Did you just throw that at me?
I did.
What the f***? Why would you do that?
You saw I was doing the dishes.
Okay, and I was gonna do it later.
You said that about the trash last month.
Oh my god, I've been busy. What's your problem?
I will cook you, Jay.
You're a weirdo, man.
I will kill your god.
What the f***?
Yeah, I don't have any problems with my other followers, but Jared, that guy has these crazy outbursts, and he kind of scares me. I'm kind of glad that I took the weekend off.
Slandering me?
And every time I hear that chicken going off, I always know there's gonna be a problem.
Oh man, come on. Was it you?
I didn't do anything. What's your problem
Did
with
you
me?
write this letter about my heresy?
Who gave this person the right, the audacity to say how I, the Dark Lord brought back from the dead, don't worship him correctly? If anything, I'm the most zealot one out of all of us.
Hey, do you have a minute? You want to tell me who wrote this letter? You know, the one slandering me?
And every time I hear that chicken going off, I always know there's gonna be a problem. But that's why I'm here. And they call me the big guy.
Oh man, come on. Was it you?
I didn't do anything. What's your problem
Did
with
you
me?
write this letter about my heresy?
Yeah, fun fact about me, I can't read.
Yeah, that's bad. See, this is lies about me.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. You know, I wouldn't want anybody writing that stuff about me.
After hearing nothing for a while, I got concerned. I walked out and didn't see Jared take my letter too well.
Oh, let me guess, it wasn't you either. Is this whole house against me?
Jared, everything is going to be okay. We're just concerned with how you're worshiping our Dark Lord lately.
Don't pretend like you're in this for me. You never got brought back from the dead, and I did. No one cares about you.
This is it! We're all sick of your egotism. There's only one solution. It's to kill the egg boy from the Dark Lord.
I'll come back again. No one will follow.
You know, I'm only in this for the money. Big guys gotta eat.
You defy me? Bold of you to do so. I was killed before and I'll come back again. No one will follow. I'm in.
After seeing his temper tantrum, I just had to cover my own ass, you know? I'm only in this for the money, and big guys gotta eat.
You defy me?
I just can't catch a break.
That was my last straw with him. I couldn't take it.
Kalima! 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 Kalima!
Yeah, I'm not mad that I don't get to see Jared around anymore. Life is a lot simpler here, but I do wish I got to throw a cup at him back.
Hey there, Golden Bears, and welcome back to another episode of KU Hacks. Today we're going to be making a really simple beef stew in a crock pot. You can do this right at home in your dorm. You don't need a stovetop, you just need a crock pot, maybe a microfridge. Now, We have prepackaged stew meat here, but any sort of beef will do. A chuck is a really nice, really affordable cut of meat to use. And what you'll want to do is cube that up and marinate it in any sort of marinade, preferably overnight, just to make it a little bit more tender. And we're going to go ahead and add this to the crock pot first then. Next up is the liquid for our stew. Now we're using a beef bouillon, but a beef stock would work as well. And you're going to want 2 cups of liquid to go over your meat either way. Excuse the mess, it's a little nerve-wracking to stir on camera. And you just pour that over your stew meat then. Next step, veggies. We've got them here vacuum sealed just for our convenience, but it's just celery, baby carrots, red skin potatoes, and 1 onion. Our crock pot's a little smaller than normal, so we didn't end up using all of these vegetables here, but just find a ratio of meat to veggies that works for you. You'll want to cube the potatoes up, but not too small, otherwise they'll get mushy when cooked for a long period. I like to dice my onions just because I don't really like that crunch, and I like it when they melt down into the stew, but you can leave them in bigger pieces if you prefer that. First up, we're just adding our diced onions. You'll want to stir that in then. And then just place the rest of the vegetables right inside. You'll notice we chopped the celery, but the baby carrots you can actually leave whole. All that's left to do is cook it. So set the lid back on, plug it in, and set it to low. You'll want to let this sit for at least 8 to 10 hours, stirring, I'd say every hour or so, and make sure to come in every now and then and just kind of filter that foam of grease off the top. It'll make for a much tastier product. And then, you're done. Give it one last stir. Break up any chunks of meat that might have stuck together while cooking. And voila, you have a delicious beef stew. I have here a nice smoked bacon finishing salt, just because I like the little extra things in life. And if you will have any sort of finishing salts or extra spices, now would be the time to throw it on, but of course it's not necessary. And then the rest we're going to set aside. I'm going to let that cool down a little bit before I set it in the fridge, just so the steam doesn't collect on the Tupperware lid and drip back down onto the food. That's about all the time we have today on KU Hacks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Last note, the stew freezes great too. See you next time, folks.
baby, about what time I'm coming home. Ain't no need to ask me, baby, about when and when I roam.
So what initially drove me to join the rock band was probably my freshman year. I came in and it was my first week of school, and I walked into a rock rehearsal in 114, and I heard them doing the song, Who Is She and What Is She to Me? And I could just feel in the room that there was this chemistry between all of the students, and I just wanted to be a part of it. First semester, I wasn't even actually a music major yet, and I had a class in Old Main, and I had walked past one of the rock band's rehearsals, and I was with someone who was a music major at the time, and I was like, whoa, like, who is that? And they were like, oh, this is like rock, whatever the band was, and I was like, that's so awesome, that's like really cool, I want to do that. And then, you know, that actually kind of led to me becoming a music major, and I ended up switching my major, and as soon as I was able to, I joined the rock band, and that was kind of what it was. I was inspired by hearing my peers play, and I loved it.
But believe me, baby, when I tell you, your thing is a drag. Your thing is a drag.
From being in the band, I've definitely learned humility, being a good guy, being accountable, you know, and sort of putting yourself there for others over like yourself. And I think it's funny that I say that, because that has nothing to do with music, just as like a surface level thing. It all has to do with just like being a good person, but that's kind of like the mantra of the group.
About the time I don't make, but when I try to make it good to you, baby, it seems it's the time that your head starts aching. Well,
I learned from the band just kind of how to make music, not just for myself, but for a collective whole. And over the past, I guess, 4 years or so, we've all just kind of become a family with the various just rehearsals that we have, the late night rehearsals, the pub gigs. It's just all a big part of being a music family, I guess.
your thing is a drag.
There's definitely something different about this group of individuals. I think that we're all really passionate. We're all very independent. We're a very self-reliant group. We do have professors, and we're really grateful for those professors. But we do have to do a lot of things ourselves. When we have pub gigs, you know, we set up and tear down by ourselves. We try to book gigs for ourselves. We make our set lists. We transcribe the tunes, and we're just really, we have sectionals. We have night rehearsals until all hours of the night, and we have so much fun together doing them. And we do things that a lot of people would see as a chore, but we do them with love and with passion for the music, and we just have a good time.
What makes you big head so high? I love her now. Yeah, I love her just the same. Crazy about my woman, cause Caledonia is a name.
It's not just music to us anymore. It's just kind of how we are as people. It's kind of what we eat, sleep, and breathe. And just music just became such a big part of all of us. And with that, again, with that individuality of being musicians, became this beautiful, like, group effort kind of thing.
The one word that I would use to describe the band is network, and I will tell you why. The reason why is because not only has it formulated such a close network with all my friends here, not only has it given me the tools to network with people and be able to collaborate and be able to have the technical ability to be able to work with people, but just the way that it teaches you just how to be a really well-rounded human being, like that goes far and beyond just music school. That goes deeper into training yourself as a person on how to just like live happily and do good and be successful in your own unique way. And to do that, also I think you sort of need people. You can't necessarily achieve all of those things by yourself. And that's sort of what this group teaches you, is that it's okay to rely on others. It's okay to want to help others. It's okay to want to be in other people's lives. It's just, that's sort of why I would use like networking as that one word, because it lets you branch out from yourself and say like, I'm gonna let people in, and let that be the reason why I live, rather than just for yourself.
You know the lyrics, say it with me now. Caledonia, Caledonia, what makes your big head so hard? I love it now. Yeah, I love it just to say me. Crazy about my woman, cause Caledonia is the name. One more time now, say it with me now. Caledonia, Caledonia, Caledonia.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
To listen to Two Dudes Cinema Club.
Welcome to Two Dudes Cinema Club. We're the radio voice of KUR, Kutztown University Radio. All right, with me is Nick Zierfoss.
That's me over here, and with me is Brian Kessick.
I'm Brian Kessick.
Would you like to introduce your friend to us?
Today we have a third special guest host. His name is Parker Fairchild. Say hi, Parker. Hello. Okay, Parker is here because he's an expert on video game knowledge, and today yeah. I don't know how else to explain why you're here.
Do you have that hanging on your wall somewhere?
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a PhD. PhD? Is that what it is? Yeah.
He doesn't have a PhD though. I don't even have my bachelor's yet.
I meant in gaming knowledge.
Today's theme, we're talking about video game movies. The reason why is because the Sonic the Hedgehog movie by Paramount and Sega came out over the weekend, Valentine's Day, as a matter of fact.
Romantic.
If you say so.
It was pretty romantic, yeah. You know,
man.
sharing a blue
when
icy and a
Donut
chili
Lord
dog.
and Pretzel Lady held hands, my heart fluttered. Anyway, became the biggest box office haul for a video game movie. I think has the highest Rotten Tomatoes score of any video game movie. So far, just is like everyone's basically praising it as the best video game adapted movie. So today we're gonna do a review of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, give our thoughts on it. Do we want to just give our simple like yay or nay on the Sonic movie?
Sure, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I grew up playing the games, so it's like a biased yay from me. But it's also like it's a very generic kids plot also for a movie. But with that being said, if you grew up playing Sonic, you're probably gonna like it. If you know nothing about Sonic, just skip it. And that's my review.
I can't say it's a gateway to get into Sonic. Definitely not. Like you should definitely play games first.
If you watch the movie first and then play the games, you'd go to like the second
so
zone of any Sonic game, and you're just like, "What is this? This wasn't in the movie. Are we on Earth anymore?"
I absolutely enjoyed it. I was surprised because I thought performances were going to be way too wacky, even for like a children's movie standard.
Yeah, Sonic's flossing was over the top.
Yeah, that was, and he did it multiple times.
Flossing funny.
The first time he flossed, I thought it was funny. The second time he flossed, I was like, okay, we get it. We get it. There's kids watching,
they were really playing on that, man, because that movie was supposed to come out like a while ago when flossing was still really big. Yes, so I liked it. I definitely liked it. It deserves like the big hit that it got, at least at the beginning. Like, yes, it is still a generic kids movie, so it's not going to be like an Oscar like contender or something.
Maybe for VFX, which even then,
no, it's not even a big thing like that.
Parker, what'd you think?
So Brian grew up playing Sonic games, and I grew up listening to Brian talk about Sonic games.
Wow, what a great dynamic.
And so I liked it. It wasn't good, but I liked it. I called it like a must-watch 2 out of 5.
I don't know what that means.
It's the best 2 out of 5 you're ever going to watch.
It's like a good 2 out of 5. Like you watch it and you're like, that was not good. I am glad I watched it.
I guess, watched enough of it for it to be twice.
Oh yeah, because you walked in halfway through my
No, yeah,
My
because
screening.
I work at a movie theater, so I walked in halfway through because it was the last screening of the day. I just walked in when you went to see it at that screening, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, guys? I like this part." What'd you think of Jim Carrey in the movie?
Jim Carrey was a very Jim Carrey character.
Yeah.
He played his best Jim
It's like
Carrey
he time
character.
traveled back to the 90s, which when Sonic was popular. Traveled back to the 90s and just like decided to make a fourth movie to go along with the Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber year he had. He also said that he would love to do a sequel. Like he even talks about like the evolution of the character because Jim Carrey's very out there now.
From what I heard, he had fun doing it.
Oh yeah, the reason why he did the
Yeah.
movie was because his daughter is a big fan of the video games,
That's
and when they offered him the script, his daughter was like, oh, do it.
Yo, if we're talking about the cast, I wanted to say something about Ben Schwartz.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone like sees him talking about this movie on Twitter or anything.
Oh yeah,
he is so nice about this, and it makes me so happy. He is so proud of this film.
Yeah.
And he's like celebrating everything it achieves, and
he grew up with the games, and he even talked about how like he played Sonic Mania, one of the most like recent games that came out, like right before he got the call to be the voice of Sonic, and he was joking about how he was gonna use that as a tax write-off. But I also want to praise Ben Schwartz because I legit think he's one of the best voices for Sonic that we've ever had. Sonic's had like a lot of voice actors in the past, and I sincerely think Ben Schwartz is one of the best. Anything else? Anything else we want to talk about?
I enjoyed the use of the speed mechanic, even though it was a little.
This ain't no game, bro.
No, but like the mechanic of how they would stop to slow down time.
That's
and
just
stuff.
a rip-off of Quicksilver from Days of Future
Yeah, I know.
Past,
It
the
is.
X-Men
It
movies.
is.
And even before that, the squirrel from Over the Hedge did it.
You know what? You're right. Who remembers Over the Hedge? If you like Sonic, go see it. If you have not played or heard of Sonic before, what are you doing? And one last thing that we talked about. We want a director's cut release with the original design of Sonic, just to watch the film over,
On the
but with the
Blu-ray
original.
extras.
Because there are some scenes in that film, you're like, I can't imagine what this would have looked like with the original design.
Yeah, no, imagine him in the bath towel in the hotel room with the old design.
Oh my gosh. You're listening to Two Dudes Cinema Club on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.